or call 1-855-ELOQUIST.
Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester on this absolutely gorgeous Monday morning. Hopefully you had a nice weekend. Mother Nature decided to give us one, not only on Saturday, but also Sunday. A little bit on the breezy side, a little chilly. But as we worked our way through the second half of the work week, the winds weren't nearly as strong. And, of course, this morning, not all that bad out there as we take a look at, quite frankly, a real light breeze. Last time I looked, it was under 5 miles per hour. Matthew Lester, what do we have right now as far as winds and temperatures?
So, over at the airport, it's sunny at 57. Over in Midland, it's sunny at 58. Here at Radio Center, it's also sunny at 58. We have variable winds at 3 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.99, and it's rising.
And we should work our way up to about 69, maybe 70, as we get into the afternoon hours and the early evening hours. And we're not really expecting much in the way of winds at all. They'll pick up a little bit here out of the west later on this afternoon, possibly getting up to around 15, 17, 18 miles per hour. And then tonight, we're going to be looking at a north and a northwest wind and eventually a northeast wind, because we do have a real weak low pressure system moving through the Ohio River Valley. Not much of any moisture associated with it, but that's why we're going to begin to see that change in the wind direction. As you can tell, it's not a deep low pressure system because our barometric pressure isn't really all that bad, 29.99 as Matthew said, and it is rising. We do have a high pressure that's going to keep us on the nice side of things for the remainder of the day today. Tonight, a few more clouds around. Tomorrow, we should be looking at mostly sunny skies, but it is going to be a little cooler. After a low of 39 tonight, we're going to be looking at a high of 63. Now, there will be a few more clouds working our way into the afternoon, and then overnight, tomorrow night, there is going to be the chance of seeing some shower activity around, especially after midnight, because another low pressure system, which is right now over northern Colorado, south central sections of Wyoming, that low is going to be tracking through Nebraska and then eventually into Iowa. As it approaches Iowa, that's when the chances of rain are going to pick up a little bit more. 63 for a high tomorrow, 49 for a low tomorrow night with those clouds moving in, and then that chance of some showers. Wednesday looks like it's going to be pretty good chance of seeing some moisture. After midnight on Tuesday night, the chances of precipitation will dramatically increase over coverage, as well as maybe up to a half inch as we work our way through the day on Wednesday. 62 is going to be our high on Wednesday, so not all that bad. We should be at 56 this time of the year, so we're still running quite a bit above average. Showers will be likely, though, on Wednesday. We'll see an east breeze on Tuesday night. That's because the low will be tracking toward us, gusting up to about 35 miles per hour after midnight and the early morning hours on Wednesday. Then it will become a little bit more southeasterly during the day on Wednesday. 62, 63, that's what I'm looking at right now. Still a chance of some showers later in the day and the evening on Wednesday night, but then we'll have clearing as far as the moisture goes. But we're still going to see some clouds around on Thursday, and then Thursday night, there's going to be once again a chance of seeing some widely scattered showers, especially after midnight on Thursday night. But that probability is very low. Coverage is very low, and amount of moisture is very low. Then moving into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, cooler. 60 on Friday, mid-50s on Saturday and Sunday, but throughout the period, partly cloudy skies. We're not looking for much of anything in the way of moisture. So the wet day this week is going to be Wednesday. It'll kick off after midnight on Tuesday night and taper off on Wednesday night and real early on Thursday morning. But again, as we said, Thursday, there's still going to be that chance, very widely scattered, especially in the evening, of seeing once again some showers. How much? Well, we alluded to it. The Wednesday system is going to linger with us, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we pick up close to a half inch out of that. Nothing like what we did see here back a few days ago. But again, our temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer also than what they were back a few days ago. Average high for this time of the year is 56. The normal low is 34. So as you can tell, we're running quite a bit above normal. The record high on this date was set in 2003 and tied last year, 84. The record low on the state is 18. That was set back in 1926. The coldest ever, 15th of April, was set back in 1928, and the warmest was set in 2002. And did we get some snow in recorded history this time of the year? Yeah, we did. A little bit better than 2.5 inches of snow about 6 years ago in 2018. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Incidentally, the long-range outlook, we're going to run a little bit below normal as far as temperatures go the weekend and the beginning of the work week next week. But once you start looking at the 22nd through the 28th of the month, once again, we go back to above normal on the temperatures, about average on the moisture. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Gary Kaufman from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. You know, it doesn't make any difference whether you have an Alice Chalmers, a Case, a Cockshut, a Ford, an International, a John Deere, a Massey, Minneapolis Moline, Oliver. You kind of get the idea. They do keep a warehouse stocked with new parts for old tractors. Things like tune-up kits, electrical components, carburetors, rebuild kits, manifolds, mufflers, sheet metal, lights, rims, steering wheels. They've got it. Steiner Tractor, 800-234-3280, or go to their website at steinertractor.com. We say good morning to Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. Gary, I hope you had a nice weekend.
Yeah, good morning, Terry. I sure did. Hopefully you did as well.
Yeah, I got a lot of outdoor work and picking up all debris from that wind last week.
Yeah, wasn't that something? Yeah, even tipped over a few patio chairs.
Oh, it sure did. But one thing about that wind, and again, yesterday, especially with all the sun, we had quite a bit of dry down going on out there.
Yeah, we sure did, Terry. And, that's, something we're going to have to watch, especially in the wheat arena. Going to watch these, lack of rain, high winds, kind of, what's that toll going to do on the soil moisture? And we're kind of not only looking in our backyards, Terry, but also in the western and southern plains and that hard winter wheat area as well. So,
yeah, at this stage of the game, I've been told that there still are some areas, especially in the central part of the country, that were quite dry because they didn't get the snow that they normally would. I mean, we kept hearing about all these blizzards and everything else, but that was just in isolated areas. Overall, much of the central part of the country is pretty dry.
Yeah. Yep. No, you're exactly right. So, yep. No, it's we had a nice positive market on Friday going home, but as this market goes, it's been choppy, and we got all red on the board to start the week out here this week, Terry. So
Yeah, I noticed that we had a few guys that they had that little glimpse of glory on Friday, and the markets decided to a little payback this morning.
yeah, it's just with what's going on in the Middle East, it was kind of interesting to see if we would have a positive today, but that's not the case. You got, of course, you got gold up, and I think crude up, or crude's actually down. So, but yeah, it hasn't really done much to the grains here. Again, favorable weather in South America. Demand is a little bit sluggish. It's just kind of the same old song and dance that we're seeing in the grains. And as we move forward, we're going to watch planting progress and see where we're at this afternoon. We're going to get probably corn around 6%, maybe soybeans 2%. We're just getting going there, so that'll be in the wires here this afternoon.
So right now on the board, what do you have, Gary?
Yeah, actually, wheat down 8 right now, puts cash white at 543, cash red at 453. New crop also down 8 at 558 on the white, 478 on the red. Cash corn down a nickel, 350. New crop is down 4 at 403. Cash soybeans currently down 14, Terry, at 1075. And new crop, let's call it down 11 at 1085.
You have a nice day, and we'll look forward to talking to you at the end of the week when everything is up.
Well, let's hope so.
Is that a
See
deal?
what happens. Well, that's a deal. That's a deal.
That's a deal. Talk to you later. Gary Kaufman over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what's going on, again, with all of those things overseas and the price of gasoline at the pump, which has been very interesting. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me right now. The market report brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. If you're in the market for a new Ram commercial truck or a Ram heavy-duty truck, and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, it's spring Ram commercial truck season going on right now at Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sells cars. And by the folks at Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture since 1895. And now they've got 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. We say good morning to Doug Klein. Doug, I hope you had a nice weekend.
Oh, of course,
Yep.
I didn't watch the news at all.
Well,
So I'm good.
you were much better off.
I'm completely oblivious.
Yeah, because now you have to take a look at the news and it's, oh, my Lord, what are we doing now?
Yeah, we're on the brink, but I don't know. The stock market is so happy because retail sales came in double of what it was expected. A lot of the reason for that was gasoline prices. So who'd have thought about that before they brought out that estimate that they brought out with? But so anyway, they're dealing with that, and that kind of puts a little damper on interest rate reductions. Of course, we've got like 12 Fed governor speeches this week, so you know what they're up to, manipulating the markets all week long, and a lot of earnings reports coming out. Goldman Sachs beat on their report, so that's got some momentum for the market up. But there's like 2 or 3 big banks. United Health comes out this week too. So I mean that's what we're waiting for. The dollar's higher today, 106.12 right now. So that's never good for commodities. That also has something to do with interest rates not going down anytime soon. So anyway, here are your numbers. July corn 443 1/4, down 4 cents. December corn 468 1/4, down 3 3/4. July soybeans 1174 3/4, down 12. November soybeans 1166 3/4, down 9 1/2. July wheat 565, down 5 3/4. and December wheat 604.25 down 5.5. Crude oil, maybe they found their top because they haven't had a new high in that for a while. 84.46 down $1.20. Heating oil is 263.31 down 5.25 cents. Gasoline 275.95 down 4.5 cents. Petrol gas 228.25, that's down 6.7 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3752 Canadian. That's down 20 ticks. The dollar buys 154.29 yen. That's up 101 ticks. Remember, the magic number is 155 on that. So we'll see what's coming out of the Bank of Japan, the BOJ. The euro's at 106.38, down 4 ticks. The dollar's at 106.11, up 8 ticks. Gold is at $23.50.60, down $5.60. Silver's $28.51, up 25.5 cents. Platinum's at $9.69.60, down $23.60. Copper's at $4.35, and that hit a new high, so that's up another dime today.
Kind of makes you want to go, doesn't it?
Well, I think the bullets are copper jacketed, so that might be why.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, that clarifies that. You have a good one, Doug.
Yep.
All right. Talk to you later. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. On the line with us right now, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscape and Garden Center.
Hi, Jerry. How are you this morning?
Doing wonderful. Beautiful weekend and a beautiful day.
Yep. I've got raker's elbow. How about you?
No, I'm pretty good. Terry, I've been out weeding in my beds. And again, if you get a good start now, you can get them and get things under control in those planting beds. And again, if you're needing to spray something, you can spray close to plants now without touching them and getting good control, because a lot of the plants are either not coming out of the ground or barely, so you can get to them. And so again, now is a really, really important time to set yourself up for the season and take care of the weeds in those flower beds. It will pay huge dividends.
Now, as far as application goes, other than hoeing them out, what kind of sprays usually do you think are the best for people to use?
So post-emergent, you can use, depends on the weeds, you can use like a broadleaf weed control for lawns, even in your beds. You can use Roundup in your beds. But again, you have to remember that, number one, it's a spray. It's not a drench. So it's just a quick spray. And yes, that's enough. I see people with the little trigger sprayers, they bend over on one weed and they pull that trigger 10, 15 times. Well, they just soak the weed. The first pull would have been enough, number one. Number two, you have to be concerned about drift. So you want low pressure, large droplets, and a little bit goes a long way. So, be very careful. Most of those herbicides do not get into the ground and affect the uptake of a plant that you're spraying right next to it. You have to spray the weed that you want to control and be careful not to drift on the good weeds, or good plants rather, excuse me. In order to do that, sometimes a piece of cardboard or something of that nature to keep it from drifting to a nearby plant would be fine. But again, we have to do it on calm days and low pressure. And a lot of the things that you buy, the trigger sprayers, those are high pressure. A lot of the pre-made sprayers that you get with chemicals, those are high pressure. The tank sprayer that you pump up is really the best. You can control pressure with them.
Good advice.
Don't pump it up much.
Jerry?
Don't pump it up much at all.
Nope. Talk to you later. Thank you so much. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. We're going to take a quick break, and then who do we have up next, Matthew?
Up next, we have Vic Hupfer from Freeland Bean and Grain.
Attention farmers, saying goodbye to warranty worries and hello to peace of mind with the new industry-leading warranty coverage on New Holland equipment. Available now at Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Beale City, or Ithaca. Picture this: New Holland Row Belt and Pro Belt round balers with a 2-year or 15,000 base warranty, plus a 3-year or 22,500 bale pickup warranty. It's the new standard of coverage you've been waiting for. But wait, there's more. Balers with factory-installed endless belts are covered by genuine New Holland parts and service with a 3-year or 15,000 bale endless belt warranty. Visit Ellen's Equipment today and experience the reliability like never before with New Holland. Don't miss out.
From Freeland Bean and Grain right now, Vic Hupper joining us this morning. Vic, it looks as though we're ready to rock. What do you think?
We're ready to go anytime, Terry.
What's going on?
A lot of the wheat got side dressed. I think pretty much all of it is done. There's some fields that probably weren't quite to the point where we could do them, but for the most part, that's finished up. Got a few people contemplating calling me about planting corn. I've told them, if you're going to plant anything, plant soybeans. Don't plant corn yet. And my recommendation is for guys that it depends on how many acres of corn they got to plant. If a guy's going to plant a lot of corn, get started earlier if you can. But basically, a good rule of thumb is when oak trees are going to bud, that's telling you there's no more frost in the. My dad always had a rule of thumb from years ago when he was young. His dad basically was passed down from generation. When oak leaves are the size of squirrels' ears, that's the time to plant corn.
All right.
And but when the oak trees bud, that's no more frost. That's when things are going to grow, and they're going to continue to grow fast. And corn is a crop that likes to go in and race to the finish. It does not like stress. Soybeans can take considerably more stress. And we're seeing a lot more of that change today. People that are planting soybeans before they plant corn.
Good advice.
There are some sugar beets going in the field, which it's time to get them planted. And but for the most part, things are going pretty well. So, yep.
Sounds great, Vic. I really appreciate it. You take care. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Yeah. All right, Terry.
All righty. Vic Hupfer with Freeland Bean and Grain. Jerry Reif joining us right now, our agricultural-based attorney. And Jerry, real quick, you got a meeting coming up tomorrow, right?
Yep, it's protecting your assets, asset planning, and trusts, etc. Wills. It's the Capocco Credit Union on the Cabaret Trail. That's in Saginaw, south of McCarty and west of Bay. It's at 2:00 tomorrow. We're pretty full in how to protect your stuff, what you need to know, and most importantly, to know what you need. A lot of the rules are changing. The old concepts, strategies might not work. In fact, the odds are they won't. So you need to get current with wills and trusts and how to avoid probate, nursing home costs, etc. If you're a veteran, we can talk about that. But tomorrow at 2:00 at the Cabaret office of the Capocco Credit Union. It's a great facility to bring your questions.
Okay, and the telephone number to make those reservations quick?
989-790-1461 or my website, jerryreiflawyer.com. Telephone 790-1461.
Great. Jerry, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again soon. Jerry Reif. We'll be right back. Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444.
Looking for savings while filling up at the pump? Look no further than Fuel Rewards at one of our 26 local Forward Shell convenience stores. Get 10 cents off per gallon when you purchase any 3 Rockstar Energy 16-ounce drinks, or 10 cents off per gallon when you purchase any 2 Icebreakers Ice Cube 40 packs. Visit fuelrewards.com to sign up and learn more. Fuel Rewards at your local Forward Shell convenience stores, a family-owned Michigan tradition since 1925.
Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive.